All right, boys and girls, we're going to talk about something new today. First, I want you to tell me what season we're in. What's the name of our season? We're in winter. Remember, let's say all of our seasons together. Can you say it with me? Seasons, name them all. Winter, spring, summer, fall. And we've been talking about we're in the season winter, right? So today we're going to start talking about something called hibernation. I know you learned that word with Mrs. Spots and Mrs. Drake. Do you remember that? Say hibernation. Hibernation. That's a long word, isn't it? Hibernation is just a big word that means there's animals that sleep all winter long. They rest the whole winter. So first we're going to talk about what some animals do in winter, and then I've got a book about hibernation I'm going to show you. We're going to talk about that all week, okay? So first I want you to look at this book with me. This book is called Animals in Winter. Animals in winter. Have you ever thought about what animals do in winter? In winter, we just start dressing warmer, don't we? And we stay inside more. We don't get to play outside near as much because it's too cold outside. And we have ways to stay warm, don't we? We put on warmer clothes. We put on jackets. We've talked about all of the things we wear in winter, right? Put hats on our heads. What are those things that go on our neck that we put on in winter? What are those called? Scarves. What do we put on our hands to keep our hands warm? We wear gloves or mittens, right? Some warm boots on our feet. So there's things that we can do to stay warm in winter. Animals have things that they do too to stay warm in winter. So let's see if we can find out a little bit about it. This book is written by Melvin and Gilda Berger. They are the authors, so they wrote this story for us. This book has real pictures in it, so it has a photographer that took the pictures. So I want you to look at these awesome pictures while I read this book to you, okay? Here's our title page. Animals in winter. What animal is that? That's a bear, isn't it? That's a bear. Here we go. Where do animals go in winter? Where do you think they go? Let's see if we can find out. Many bears go into their dens. They go there to sleep all winter. That's hibernation. Bears sleep all winter. They're one of the animals that hibernates. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a minute. They have a place that they sleep. It's called their den. It's like a cave, and they stay in there because that keeps them warm. And they prepare before they go into their dens for hibernation. They gather food and they eat a lot, and they get themselves ready to stay there all winter long. That's the longest nap ever, isn't it? What if you took a nap that lasted all winter? That's a long time to sleep, isn't it? Bears sometimes wake up, though, during winter, but they go right back to sleep. They wake up, look at this bear. He's looking out of his den, and he's hoping that winter's over, but it's not. So look at him. He's like, nah, it's too cold and snowy for me. Winter's not over. I'm going back to sleep. Pretty good idea, isn't it? I wouldn't mind sleeping all winter and staying warm like that, huh? This is a groundhog. We'll be talking about groundhogs in February. There's a special day about groundhogs. We'll learn a little bit more about them. But groundhogs go into holes in the winter. They sleep there and hibernate. So that means groundhogs also sleep all winter long, like the bears. They're going to hibernate. They're going to do that to keep themselves safe and warm all winter. Who knows what this is? It's a ladybug. Ladybugs climb plants and then they hibernate. Now I want you to look at this picture. Look at that. Look at all of those ladybugs together. They get with all of their friends and they snuggle up together to stay warm, and they sleep all winter long. They hibernate in groups. That's kind of cool, kind of like a big slumber party, isn't it? They all get together and sleep all winter long. Do you know what this is? Can you see my picture? Those are bats. Bats fly into caves and then they hibernate. They sleep all winter long too. Look at them sleeping in a big group, kind of like the ladybugs. Did you know a cool fact about bats? Did you know they sleep upside down? They do. They grab onto things with their feet and they hang upside down, and they take their wings and they wrap their wings around their body like a blanket. And that's how they stay warm when they hibernate. Pretty cool, isn't it? Oh my goodness, do you know what these are? snakes. Some snakes hide under rocks and then they hibernate. Look at those snakes. They curl up together to stay warm and they sleep all winter long too. They hibernate. The end. Here's some questions for us. Let's see if we can answer them. Where do bears go in winter? What is their house called that we just read about? Remember, they go into their den. That's right. Remember, they go into their den to hibernate. That's right. Okay. Second question. Do bears wake up during the winter? They might for just a minute. Remember this picture of the bear? He woke up for just a minute. Remember? But then what did he decide to do because it's still winter? He decided to go back to sleep and hibernate some more. So the answer to that question was yes, they can wake up for a minute. Do groundhogs hibernate? Do they? Yep, we learned about that. Groundhogs hibernate. They sleep all winter long. Okay, let's answer the next question. What insect did we read about that hibernates? An insect is a bug. What did we read about? A ladybug. They hibernate and they hibernate in groups. That's right. Okay, and I think there's one more question back here. Ooh, it says, where do some snakes hibernate? Think about what I just read to you. They go under what? Some of them go under rocks to stay safe and warm and hibernate. Yeah, so that's kind of cool, isn't it? Have you ever thought about that? About what some animals do in winter? I want you to watch the video that I have on your tablet. It's a really cool video about hibernation. And tomorrow, I have this book we're going to read. It's called Why Do Animals Hibernate? So check back tomorrow when we do school, and we're going to read about this book. It's got more real pictures in it and some more information about hibernation. So say hibernation one more time. Ready? Hibernation. And that means those animals that hibernate sleep all winter long, right? All right, good job. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed that book. Check out the video in your tablet too, okay?